Okay, lighting seems a little good today. I have tried this so many times and I've deleted videos and I just gotta do it. I just gotta do it. Okay, so now you guys are gonna realize how fucking crazy I am and just weird I am. But here we go. Here's the YouTube channel. Those of you who've been asking, like 4 people, here I am. Yeah, so today I have had a lot of time on my hands, as a lot of us have, because we're all staying home because of what's happening. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I am so tempted to just go to like a friend's house or go, it's hard. It's hard. We're going crazy. We're going to start crazy as I look like this. Actually, my hair's not that bad. It's pretty greasy though. Like, I need to wash it. And I look like a bum. I'm wearing my pajamas still. I wore this yesterday. I need to take a shower. And I've been obsessed with watching these catfishing YouTube videos. And I always think, I can really relate to that because I am just, this is me. Like, this is me, nerdy, just, this is me. And I love getting dressed up. I like putting on my makeup. And I love being, this chubby diva, whatever you want to call it, this little persona that I give myself. It's great. I enjoy it. I love doing that. I did theater, so it's just like this character that I've created for myself. And I just want to bring you guys along with me to show you how I go from like blah to like meh, like passable, like a solid 3 to like maybe a 7. We'll give it a 7. I don't know. Anyway, no, I'm seriously not that insecure. I'm just saying. So we have all this extra time, so now seems like a good time for me to go ahead and do a chit chat, get ready with me to, go nowhere. But simply because I'm gonna go crazy if I don't get myself together. And I just want to play with makeup. I want to play with makeup, and a lot of people ask me about makeup, and I feel like that's just always something that relaxes me, makes me feel good, and makes me feel like, like that bitch, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I've spent so long thinking about what I was gonna do and trying to make it perfect, and the fact is that this is me, this is what you're gonna get. I'm not perfect, but I'm funny sometimes, mildly entertaining, and I make fun of myself constantly. So if you're along for that ride and you want to see how I become more, I don't know, I feel like it's more of myself when I'm this person, then keep watching. Okay, so kind of royally screwed myself, and now I have very little time to do this because I got distracted. My family wanted to play Monopoly, and you know how like one game becomes like 3? So that's what happened. So right now I look really strange, I'm sure. So yeah, I just popped in my contacts, which are a little bit lighter than my natural color. So if that looks off, yes, I'm wearing colored contacts. And then I was gonna wash my hair, but honestly I washed it not too long ago. So I know people use dry shampoo. I actually use baby powder. I feel like it works about the same, so I did that and then kind of brushed it. It's a little frizzy right now, but believe me, it looks way better than I did before, so I'm working with it. And fresh face, I went ahead and I did a chemical exfoliant, and then I did just like a really kind of intense hydrating moisturizer. I think that's about it. Today I think I'm gonna do just like pretty basic makeup. This is like what I would do on a casual day, nothing crazy, but I'm gonna go ahead and put my hair behind my ears. Yeah, so I'm just gonna go ahead and jump into it. I promise to be less awkward next time, but this is just me getting used to it. But I mean, you can see on my face there's a little bit of redness from my chemical exfoliant that I did earlier. I'm gonna go ahead and use a pore filling primer. This is Pixie Flawless and Poreless Primer, and I'm gonna go ahead and fill in I'm trying my hardest not to get my mirror in my way. I got one on either side, so you might be seeing me look on both sides. All right, I'm just putting it up here as well. I have some pores up here that are pretty big. Ideas for what I would like to share on this channel. I think mostly I would like it to be just in general, like about me trying to do a glow up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like there's certain things that I just want now at this point in my life to just come into myself. And I think I've been doing that the last couple of years, and now I just kind of want to document it. And mostly just because, I don't know, I find it cool to be able to relate to other people. I've noticed since I've really started to open up on my Instagram that I've met more people who are going through similar things. And I just thought, you know, I've always wanted to do YouTube, so this is pretty much where I came up with this idea to do just like a, I guess, Project Zoe, where yeah, I guess I'm just doing different things, working on my health, working on my career, working on just bettering myself and being happy. I think that's like my #1 goal. I definitely want to document my weight loss journey. That's something that I've been struggling with, that I'm just like, this year I really just feel like I'm putting a lot more effort this year than before. And it's not like I haven't been putting in effort. I definitely think that in general, once people see that you're overweight and you get any sort of attention, whether it be online, in person, whatever it might be, they feel the need to tell you that you need to fix that. I'm almost out of this, so I'm like really shaking it. They feel the need to tell you that you need to do certain things as if you're not already doing them. And I don't need to like constantly post when I'm going to the doctor, when I'm seeing a nutritionist, when I'm going to the gym, when I'm buying vegetables, when I'm making a smoothie. Like, sometimes I do, and I just don't feel as though people realize that just because you're not seeing it doesn't mean that someone's not working on it. I know I look really ridiculous, but this is how I do my contouring. I normally would like pour this out somewhere, but I can't find the little palette that I normally put it on. And it's kind of gross to like stick your finger in here and get it all out, but this is seriously almost done. Like, after this, I'll probably just toss it and just buy a new one. But yeah, this is the ridiculousness that I look like. And yeah, I do this every time. I always wash my fingers. I always wash my hands right before doing my makeup, like obsessively. Okay, so what I'm trying to do, as a bigger person, you kind of lose a bit of structure and definition in your face. So I'm gonna go ahead and start to build up like a shadow effect on certain areas to create what my face, I guess, would look like thinner. So it's a bit of contouring, but I started from the very beginning from when I'm putting on my foundation. So I'm gonna go ahead and blend it out with a makeup sponge. This one's by Eco Tools. It's a little bit dirty, I need to get a new one, but it does the job. So I'm gonna go ahead and blend that out. I'm looking at myself in the monitor, and anyway, you guys, I'll get there. I promise I will. And hopefully I don't die in the process. Okay, at this point, normally I would take like a darker contour color and a cream and go ahead and define it even more. But I'm running out of time, and honestly I just ran out of it. So I'm just gonna go ahead into the next step and then just make up for it when I'm using my bronzers. So I'm gonna take this e.l.f. Camo Concealer. If you haven't used this, I was a Shape Tape girl for a very long time, and then I tried this, and honestly, I am very much converted. And I just use like a very kind of fluffy brush and just kind of I like really light layers with concealer. I know some people go ham on this. It does not look good on me. I have really bad wrinkles under my eyes, and when I go really heavy, it just does not look good. With this channel, I definitely want to just kind of bring you along as I'm just like doing things to kind of upgrade my life, I guess is the way of describing it. And I don't just mean that looks wise, I definitely mean that in general with who I am as a person. I'd like to do more to give back. I'd like to do more to learn and just do things that genuinely make me happy, put in like good people in my life. And I don't know, I feel like I'm at a spot where I'm like starting over, and it feels really good. Like at first it was like I was panicking about it, but now I don't know, I'm like learning to really embrace it. And I'm like recently single, and that really stressed me out for a long time, and now I'm like really enjoying it. And I've had I guess opportunities to not be single, and it kind of made me sad. And now I'm like slowing things down and realizing that, you know, I just want to really continue to explore this part of my life, and that I really need to go through it in order for me to grow. So yeah, I think along the way I just want to like talk about it with people and hope that you can relate to it. Pull my hair back. Main focus for sure is going to be me trying to lose weight and me trying to just get more in tune with my health, and just doing things that for a long time, and I know it can seem like, oh well, I haven't reached that goal yet, so it must mean that I'm doing nothing. But it's been a couple of years of going to different doctors, going to nutritionists, going to different programs, trying different supplements, trying out different options. And I think my issue is that I have lacked consistency in that. So this year is gonna be, this year's not starting out great. I mean, you guys know it's not starting out great, and I don't need to go into it because I think the whole world knows why it's not starting out great. That's the only thing I can really hold on to, is knowing that, you know what, I can change, I can focus on what I control. And I think that if we all stick to that mindset and do our part, focus on what we can do, I think if everyone has that mentality, then we'll start to see an impact. And it got kind of deep. I'm taking the Fit Me 128 in Dewy Smooth, and I am putting it on the back of my hand, and I'm dipping my makeup sponge. So I pretty much did the concealer in the darker color, and now I'm putting this on top very lightly to kind of like mesh it all, so it looks like one, not necessarily one color, but just a little more uniform. This is hard. I want to look at the camera, but I also need to look at the mirror. This is hard. This is hard to talk and do, so I'm just gonna go ahead and speed this up. Airspun powder, and I'm just putting it in the cap. I'm almost out of this. I use this a lot. Just kind of blend it out a little bit, and I go in. I don't necessarily bake this area. There's only one area I really bake, and I'll go ahead and show you when I do it. But yeah, I mean, all I'm doing is just taking this, pressing it into a light layer. I tap it off, and then same thing. I'll pat this all over. I just kind of strategically go about it. So this is the part that I would say that I kind of bake. So I will go underneath where like my natural cheekbone is. And like, I know some people will bring it all the way in, but my natural face shape is like more, it's almost like it squares down. So I try to go with that. So I'll create it What I like about this is I do, as you can see, have some texture, and the powder just kind of helps to, I don't know, level out the skin. And everyone has a face, a side of their face that is like more defined than the other. Mine is pretty significant because I'm horrible and I sleep on this side of my face, so I feel like I lose a lot of definition there. So I will make this side a little bit more dramatic in a way. Carve it out here. So yeah, I won't quite do that on this side too much, just because I want it to look even, because this one just has it naturally. So I'll take whatever's left and I'll just kind of use it over my eyebrows. My eyebrows are microbladed. I did not have naturally full eyebrows like this. All right, on to the next. So what I use to contour most, so like Park Ave Princess bronzer palette from Tarte. This I feel like everyone has because of BoxyCharm. I think this is back in like September, but I'm taking a fluffy brush and I'm just putting it in between these two colors right here. And I'll just go ahead and start here. And I like to just go ahead. It's pretty strong, so I'll go ahead and do it like that. And I bring it all the way in. And like I said, I'm creating this type shape right here. And I like doing that while it's already baking and I'm basically taking the bake off as I'm going. I like that excess powder to blend in and make it less harsh. Okay, just put it around my chin. I like to go ahead and define my jawline as best I can. I'm gonna do the same thing and I'm just going to pop some of that up here. I have a big old forehead and I just like to add a little bit of bronzer here in order to make it look smaller. Add and take Enhance from the same palette. It's one of these, it's more the yellow tone. And I'm just gonna go underneath my eye and go ahead and brighten up that area. And to save time, I'm just gonna use this as an eyeshadow and just fluff it out in here. And then I'm gonna take an even fluffier brush. I think this one's a Morphe JH30 from the Jekyll and Hill collection. And I'm gonna take that more gray toned and tap it out and go ahead and fluff this out even more. Okay, so this is kind of weird because I know we just did a bunch of bronzer, but again, because I didn't have that cream contour that I normally have, I'm gonna go ahead and do a little bit more. This is a really ashy tone bronzer. This is from I Love Revolution. Yeah, so it's this cute little chocolate bar palette, but it has a nice highlighter, and I really like this this bronzer. So I'm gonna take a more concentrated brush, tap it out, and I'm just gonna be focusing on just the bottom parts of my cheeks and bottom parts of areas because I want to go ahead and create more definition. And it's just slight, but it's just got that enough of that gray tone in it that it creates a shadow. See, look at the difference there. Or hopefully it comes up on camera. Right here, especially right here, you know what I mean? So for blush, I know this is strange, but I've really been trying to use the most out of my makeup collection, and I have this Jeffree Star palette. This is the Jawbreaker palette. This has a lot of pinks in it, and I feel like I just don't use this as much as I'd like to. When I do use the eyeshadows, I tend to lean towards the blues or the more exciting colors, so because of that, I'm using the pinks in here as a blush. And I'm gonna go ahead and use this color and this color and mix them together, make a pretty kind of peachy blush. And these are very, very potent, so you don't need a lot. I'm just taking this Real Techniques brush. I'm literally just dropping my brush in there really quick, and then I'm gonna use the back of my hand to kind of test it and try to get all of anything crazy, and then go in. And I really focus towards the center of my cheeks. I feel like with the whole e-girl craze, that blush is really coming back. So I like to do my blush on my nose first and then go in and contour my nose, but I will do that after. And my skin's pretty pinky as it is, so I feel like this makes it look more like my skin. Okay, so when I'm in a rush, I will do this constantly. I'm gonna take Tasty from same palette and stick my finger in there and just kind of like stick it on the lid on my eye and literally just plop it on there. That fluffy brush again, I'll dip it into Cone, which is the one right next to it, right here. Tap it out and blend. And then I'm gonna take Jawbreaker and I'm just going to plop it right in the middle and then kind of blend. Yeah, I just feel like it adds just a little bit of something. I'm gonna use this Aether Beauty palette. This one is the Summer Solstice palette, and I am using, I believe it's the Train. It's this like really pretty white color right here, and I love this palette, by the way. If I'm traveling, this is my go-to palette. All of these colors are gorgeous. If you haven't checked out Aether Beauty, definitely check them out. They have sent me this and I've used it so much. I don't know if you can see that. But it's just like this really, it seems subtle on camera, but I feel like it's more than that. And I'm just gonna go ahead and use this as a highlighter on my nose and on my inner corner, the ball of my cheek rather than the top of my cheekbone, and then kind of blend it upward. And then I will take my makeup sponge. I'm gonna use that same side with all that powder, and I use that to kind of blend it in, because I just want like a subtle highlight on the cheeks, just because I do have texture and I don't want to bring that much attention to it, but I do like that I do still have that like shine when I turn my head. I don't get crazy about my nose contour, just like to add a little bit of definition. Now at this point, I think I am just going to line my eyes and put on some lashes, and I will be right back. Okay, I'm waiting for my lashes to dry. These are a bit dramatic, but I don't know, I really wanted to wear them. I don't know how I feel about it. These were sent to me, and I don't think I'm gonna say who they are because I don't know if I like them. And to me, it's like, if I don't know, I'm just not gonna say anything. Color right here, this one is Midsummer, and I'm just gonna take a flat brush. I think this is just like an e.l.f. brush, and I'm gonna dip into that, tap off the excess, and I'm gonna go underneath my eye and smoke out that lash line. God, I'm sure you can't see that. Let me try and do it from the side. See, this is Essence, that chunky kind of look towards the bottom, especially with these kinds of lashes. I do also have to just fill in my eyebrows a tiny bit. Most of the time, if I'm in a rush, I won't even bother because they're pretty defined. But I feel like just a tiny bit of definition just adds to it. Use a spoolie, brush my hair. And I really just kind of focus around the edges. It's a pretty big difference. When I'm doing like big lashes like these, I just feel like it kind of demands a more dramatic eyebrow. Oh, that's one thing like I can depend on is my eyebrows. I cannot stress enough how much I love having my eyebrows always done. Shout out to Rio Body Wax in Orlando. They are awesome for hooking your girl up. And I'm just gonna go ahead and tightline underneath here. But I'm just going through, I'm just covering that up. This one is Maybelline's Master Precise All Day Eyeliner. So I will use this to actually bring out some of my moles and freckles. Just the ones that I like this one. I feel like I could not do this if this was at full, like if it was brand new. Last thing I want to do is my lips, which I'll be honest with you guys, I don't always do my lips, but for today, I feel like this is like a secret weapon of mine. This is a lip plumper. This one's from LA Girl. It brings like blood to your lips and makes them just look like a nice color on days that you just don't feel like putting on anything. You know, you can put this on for like 5 minutes, bring that pink color forward, take it off, and you're good for the day. Palladio. I think I got this from Sally's. I can't remember. And I'm just gonna line in certain areas. And sometimes I'll just leave it alone like that. But since we're filming, I'll go ahead and add a little something extra. I'm using Jeffree Star Celebrity Skin. This one's just one of those little mini ones that you get in the sets, which I love. I'm just gonna brush out my hair a little bit. So yeah, this is the final look. It's pretty simple, nothing crazy. It only took me forever. Thank you so much for listening and joining me on this journey. I'm sure there's like not many of you guys out there, but for the troopers that are sticking around, I really appreciate it. Thank you for dealing with my stuffy nose, which is really bad right now, and I know I'm gonna get better at doing this. I'm a hot mess right now, and this is how I pull myself together. So thank you guys. Stay safe, stay home, enjoy this time. Use what time you have to really get things done that you've been procrastinating, like for me and filming this video. So I'm actually gonna post this one, and hopefully you guys will see more. But I'm gonna keep playing. I'm gonna try different backgrounds and hopefully not shake so much. Thank you. Bye-bye.